Okay, sir.
I understand you guys have a new single out.
Yeah, well, it's a remix of our single that was out with a young up and coming dancehall artist called Teejay. So we have added Daddy Snow of the Informer fame on it now, you know?
Yes. And you guys are coming to St. Augustine on the 24th. Can you guys tell me about the first time that you all ever got to perform here in Florida, particularly up in the northern part of Florida? And how has the audience changed over the years?
Well, honestly, I really don't remember the first time. But I know we used to, from a long, long time ago, from in the 70s, George Tola. We used to come up to Tallahassee.
What's that, Brevard County?
Yeah.
Yes.
Come up to Tallahassee, that club up in Tallahassee.
Uh-huh.
The name of it is still there, though. Moonlight. I don't remember the name of that big club. But Northern Florida has always been good and growing with reggae music. He also came to Jacksonville like 4 years ago with Soja.
Oh. Yeah. Very nice. Of course, all throughout Florida, especially up here in Jacksonville, big root scene, big reggae scene, the
big reggae scene. I want the people to know, that this show next week on the 24th, it's going to be extra special, man. And it's not only just for people who like reggae music.
Yes.
Who like music in general. They know the songs that we have. La 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 Long, Sweat, Bad Boys, from with his team for the movie Bad Boys, and et cetera, et cetera. So
yeah.
Really come out and even Reggae 101.
Yeah.
Come on, hold this. Because it's very entertaining, very enjoyable. And we will really give you the people, a taste of Jamaica.
Mm-hmm. Because also the food. You understand? Remember, Jamaica, the culture of the Caribbean, especially Jamaica.
Yes.
Without the food is very, very, as I say in Spanish, muy importante. You know what I mean? It's very important because how they cook it with the spices, the jerking, and you understand me? It's very different because I want to give you a pun. We coined the phrase, I tell food.
Yes.
The media took the narrative and spin it into what? Organic. So basically,
food from the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
Ground provision.
Yes.
Without them much fertilizer, it's natural. And I mean, sometimes it takes a catastrophe for us to realize how lucky we are, God's earth, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's
the organic thing been coming from native inhabitants of the Americas, the islands, and from Africa, etc. So that experience will be passed along next week so they can come and hold that vibe. The little bit of Jamaica, that 4,411 square miles.
Yeah.
So powerful with music, with food, with athletics, Olympics, etc. We give Bob Marley, Usain Bolt, etc. So, Jamaica culture and Jamaican people really have a special vibe to give wherever we are, man.
It's that is true. We always celebrate here in the United States. We celebrate August 11th, 1973, which is when hip hop, as we know it, was born in, I believe, in New York City. DJ Kool Herc. Yes, and we always talk about the two turntables with the mixer and the microphone, the toasting. Like all of hip hop descends specifically from what your generation of fellows in Jamaica helped pioneer and bring to this world. So,
in essence, what it was, when you ran out of music back in the day, the B side was always the instrumental.
Yes.
It was up to the improvisation of the so-called mic man now.
That's right.
To the track and make something up to keep the crowd, dance, So that's what it was born out of, that's what toasting, that's what.
Yeah. And is it called I think the drop, like that, the 4 bars, it comes in there? I was hanging out with some friends today and we were talking about you guys because one guy, like up here in Jacksonville, like we're really big in like Augustus Pablo. So like we were like in the King Tubby and stuff, like people people devour it. Like Duval's running out in mass to see you guys on the 24th because, I mean, let's be honest. Like, you're two of the greatest musicians in the world. One of the 5 or 10 best brother combos ever in music. Right up with the Troutmans. Right up with the Dorsey brothers. You know, like you gotta go see it. It's mandatory. Yes.
You see, as we always say, Internet 2.0. Understand? The Web 3.0. Now, discerning information is a serious thing.
Yes.
Level and the hype that you do it, and sometimes the fervor that kind of go in people's mind. You know, sir, as a band has never been into the hype world. Yet still, we have spun 3 major movies and many performances that has grossed over $1 billion for the studio. So, you know, Bad Boys, what you gonna do? That's all what started everything when this guy did that television thing. So in certain ways, we are impacted into the society of America in terms of like a kid can sing Bad Boys and
in Duval,
100,000 people go on TikTok and make things off of it, and they went with a baby when the baby was crying, and he put on Bad Boy, so I mean,
can you imagine that?
The hype is great. You understand me? Because you know, but I'm saying reality is what really will last. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Many times I've seen over the years, I've seen it several times myself. I've seen in Jacksonville, I've seen in Gainesville, I've seen in Orlando, I've seen in Tampa, I've seen in St. Augustine. I've seen the police officers riding out, blasting Bad Boys, like the cops blasting Bad Boys, and the dudes playing the same song, and like they bond on that. Like it's, but
in essence, do they know in a circle? Do they know? They know the music.
Yeah.
I mean, there's many topics that if you touch it, it can cause a fire. If the fire burn or the fire blaze or it's out, it is different. Because in essence, there was an interview I watched the other night, Bob Marley, when he was going to play Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. The place was sold out 2 days.
Yes.
And the press vacillated to say, who is this dreadlocks from Jamaica that all these young kids is vacillating to? And the lady said to him, sir, and Bob Marley, like, you know, he got a face, he turned the face upon her and she said, you know, you're incites the young kids to smoke marijuana and do all these things. And Bob actual words to her was to say, they crucified Jesus Christ. So what are you going to do to me? But rolling back the tape till today, the back that was put up against marijuana and Rastafari only to find out that it's peace and love.
Yeah.
Love is from the heart. We coming from the heart.
The heart prevail.
You understand? We wasn't in revolution to kill. We want the revolution to be the truth.
Yes.
They take up marijuana in a big commercial way.
All this love and war, my bro.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that you guys and your colleagues, the ones still here and the ones that are gone, your whole generation, you know, the values that you guys stood for, I believe, particularly in Florida, particularly in the United States, I think you guys won. You guys were right. You were right the whole time. You stood up and you guys did the right thing even when it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
I think we won, and I think we are winning and will win in terms of peace and love will overcome hate, divisiveness, marginalization, etc., etc.
Yeah, good always overcome evil, brother.
That's right.
It's for real, brother.
So it's not. That's why I said the hyping thing. I mean, all right. Let's peel the onion in a truthful way, okay? In truth, right now.
Yes.
The support for reggae music is almost 80% white. You understand me? We was not discerning the wrong information. We was sending out a message. This was prejudice. This wasn't about hatred. You understand? Get up, stand up for your right. You know, he said most people think great God will come from the sky, take away everything and make it. But if you know what your life is worth, you look for yours on earth. You understand me? So
each
between one of us, because it's destiny. You know what I mean?
It's
yes.
You know, mankind coming together. Even John Lennon said,
that's right.
All the people.
Yeah. And you've seen it universally.
Oh, there you go.
The Jamaican.
Let me tell you something.
Yes, sir.
Talk, Bible, this, that, all these things are great. And they have great tenets about them and everything. But if man and man don't practice it, how it gonna manifest?
That's right.
There you go.
You know, and it's a thing that, you know, and we always like to use the example of Marley, because for many Americans, Marley was their introduction to Jamaican culture. But I tell you, I'm 44 years old. My stepdaddy came to Jacksonville from Kingston to work in the shipyards back in like 1976. And I love the music. And even now to this day, Big Solomon, Pottinger family represent. Yeah, I'm proud to be part of it. And to this day, even to this day, and I write about music for a living, there's so much material. There's just so much stuff.
Isn't it a funny thing that you can look in similarities? Look on the blues.
Yes.
I mean, look on the blues to what is today. Look at Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
Where the music came from, where he got vibe from.
Louis Armstrong.
Yes, what is true will always prevail, my brother. You can't fake it, you know. As people say, you can't sell girl, you know.
That's right.
Go as much as you want to sell it, go, but one day, that knock, and you have to stop the crap. You know, stop. You know, I think
it eventually.
I mean, the king.
We need that. We need that. You know,
the new king of England was bumping Jacob Miller tracks with Don Letts in London back in the 70s. Like the stuff you guys are doing, that's what Charles and Diana were listening to when they were getting busy back in the day. And so, like, it's you know, it's the humanity.
One of her favorite songs is a song by Boris Gardner called "I Want to Wake Up with You."
Oh,
it's a cover of our American Stand. You know, so I mean, we are proud of the achievements of reggae music, and it's tied to the culture. And what. That's what, you know, I've been myself.
Yeah.
In situations. And somebody will say, hey, you're from Jamaica? And I say, why you ask that? Because the way that I took myself out of the situation and the way I spoke to the people, they could understand clearly that I was not happy. And this is what, you know, you have to stick with the truth. Stop trying to go around and put other narratives on it. What's not like that.
Yeah.
In the world that we live in now, spin round. You can't see the truth and clear what the truth is. But the people know. I see people, that's why I'm going to come out to the Jerk Fest.
Yes.
I've had a real man from Jamaica. Anthony B.
You have Blender. Pata Banton from England.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a wicked vibes. A nice day, man. Nice day.
Oh yes. And
come out and feel the vibes.
I'll be there for sure. I got a quick question also. Random question now. Out of all the pieces of musical equipment and musical technology that you guys have in your arsenal right now, if you could pick one instrument or one piece of equipment or one technology to take back in a time machine to when y'all were doing your first recording sessions, what would that one piece of equipment be?
I don't think it's us alone. I think it's everybody. Pro Tools.
But you have to understand one thing. When somebody give you 4 tracks to record to, you don't have choices. So what used to happen is every single guy and his friend and his girlfriend would be in the studio recording. So apart from the music playing, you have the people giving you the vibe.
Yes.
So you have the Motown producer who would be in there that if the rhythm not right, he must say, no, that not sound right, you know.
I remember, you know, we used to call the Motown producer the man who would walk off the street straight in the studio and invite. But him hear the music, and that's how Jamaica was. Because I remember, you know, man, not too much air condition, too tough them days, you know. So you have to open the door for the room hot. Weed. You know, as you say, it's really true. The vibe, people give vibes.
Yeah.
No, because nowadays a man can stay at Timbuktu, you send him a thing, and him just play it. If it's not there,
Yeah.
But it's still good, you know.
In hip hop, they call it the cipher. In hip hop, we call it the cipher. I remember back in the day, like that's something kind of the Beatles got. The Beatles used to always not. Their rule was not having anybody in the studio other than the members of the band. But like, when 1966, when Selassie came out to Jamaica and all that, that was right when the British guys were getting into all the Indian stuff. And so that the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, like everybody kind of acknowledged it. It was sort of like the Jamaican music when they really started to hit in the 60s and 70s, it was like Michael Jordan, the NBA, where everybody's like, okay, like we're all legends, but this guy is special. This is a new thing that we got to acknowledge.
Vibes, when it touch you, when it touch you and grab you.
Yeah.
My lifetime, when Mick Jagger came to Jamaica, we did the peace concert, and anybody who was in the business of music, whether rock and roll, jazz, was down in Jamaica.
That's true.
And Mick Jagger was like an ordinary person. The security guard stood right there and he walked up, and the guy said, "Sir, let it go, sir." And the man him say, "Yo, my birds, you don't know who that is?" Him say, "Who that?" Him say, "Mick Jagger, rolling car, fool him." He did not know who Mick Jagger was. And that was when Mick Jagger was on top of the mountain.
Yeah.
On top of the mountain.
He felt like a level ground. He felt like,
he was living his best life.
Well, it's humbling and with the reggae vibes. Reggae vibes is powerful, catchy, authentic, with fire. Seasoning. It touched and grab you, and when many people hear it for the first time.
Yes.
God damn. Yeah. This episode, I remember distinctly in Venice, Italy. And if you want to go on the gondola thing, we weren't in particular going on the gondola thing, but we were nearby just to look, see, and you come up and the guy say, "Oh, sir, you go to the gondola, it takes 4 hours, you have to make big appointment." And all of a sudden, one man run up and say, You from Jamaica? Reggae music? We say, "Yeah." He must say, "No problem, come, gondola right away." I hear him, and the man took us to his home, cook us food. I hear the man say, reggae music is the greatest music in the world, in whole life. It changed him life. It gave him meaning. It gave him it's a hell of a thing. One cocoa, full the basket, one people. It survived, man.
But if you understand something, remember, we in the reggae music business, we got a solar plexus. Bob Marley at 36 and Jacob Miller at 25.
Yeah.
So we lost two of the most powerful soldiers very early, not late, early. You understand? So, imagine Bob Marley today at 70-something years old.
Yeah.
It would be crazy because he would have developed so much along the line
and
in terms of
understanding history, people crying out, the African people crying out for reparation, especially the way that this being gone, people are bringing up the old wounds and say 70 years of reign. Yeah. But what the African people really suffer. But I have one thing to say. I heard an Englishman say one day, put down Selassie and say, basically, Selassie is a normal man. Whether he want to say that or whatever he want to say. But what we have more embraced than morality, moral way is the teachings.
Yeah.
The teachings more undirected for us. And as the dark colored peoples of the world was never been accepted in the human family, been marginalized, degraded, etc., etc. The teachings of His Majesty is for us.
I'll tell you.
The one species made the United Nations still is on.
Yeah, exactly. Just about to say, my Jewish friends like to joke about, wow, I wish they'd listened to Selassie back in 1936. That would have saved us a lot of heartbreak. Like he called it out in like what he said. Sinead O'Connor, she, Selassie's words, that became a war by Bob Marley. And then Sinead O'Connor used that.
He said, "Today for me."
Mm-hmm. Sir?
"Today for me, tomorrow for you." He said, "Today for me, tomorrow for you." And then the words, he said, until the philosophy that all one race superior and not inferior. It's permanent. It's simple, man.
Just things for us. the words in all these other big script and Bible.
Yeah.
That is basically not is for us.
Yeah.
Selassie and his teachings is for us, the darker people of the world, because there is a vision, whether we want to believe it or not. But anyway, my brother, back to the Curry Fest.
Yes.
Back to the vibes.
Yes, sir.
Next week, Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, make some good musical vibes.
I will be there.
Come and show your dancing feet.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Come with your dancing feet.
Oh, I will.
It's sweet.
I look forward to meeting you guys in person and saying thank you. And so is Florida.
That was good, man. That was good.
Welcome back to Florida. We can't wait to have you here.
All right, man.
All right, sir. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Same to you, man. And
Mr. Hall.
Yes, sir.
One love, my brother.
One love.
Blessed
tell
love,
them
man.
come with one finger. Not the bad way, the good way. One love finger.
One love.
Ja.